Good morning. In the last lecture, we completed time dilation and after that velocity addition. The next article is about relativity of mass. Meaning of relativity of mass is variation of mass with velocity. According to the theory of relativity, nothing is absolute in the universe. Mass is not absolute, time is not absolute, position is not absolute, nothing is absolute. Everything is relative. In this article, we are going to talk about relativity of mass, meaning variation of mass with velocity. To understand relativity of mass, let us consider the figure we consider in every article for two frames of reference, and these are okay. So S is frame of reference with coordinate axis x, y, z, origin O. S prime is second frame of reference with coordinate axis x prime, y prime, z prime, origin O prime. At time t is equal to 0, at time t is equal to 0, frame of reference S and frame of reference S prime both are coinciding with each other. X prime, y prime, z prime, o prime, all these are coinciding on each other. So these two frames of reference will act as a single frame of reference. At time t is equal to 0, the second frame of reference S prime starts moving along positive x direction with constant velocity v as usual. This is the consideration we used in the previous articles. Then let us consider there are two elastic balls A and B. Masses of these balls as measured by the observer O prime in frame of reference S prime are m. Masses are same. Mass of the elastic ball A is m. Mass of the elastic ball B is also m. they are approaching each other. These two elastic balls are approaching each other in frame of reference S prime. So velocity of the elastic ball A as measured by O prime is u. Velocity of the ball B as measured by O prime is minus u. These two balls, as they are approaching each other, after a certain time, these elastic balls get collide with each other. These elastic balls are such that after collision with each other, they get coalesced into a single mass. After the collision, these two elastic balls get coalesced into a single mass. Let us apply conservation of momentum to this system of balls in frame of reference S prime as observed by the observer O prime. Now, what is the principle of conservation of momentum? When we study this conservation of momentum with concern to collision between these two elastic balls, momentum before collision of this system is equal to momentum after collision. Momentum before collision of these two balls is equal to momentum after collision of these two balls, meaning that momentum of ball A plus momentum of ball B must be equal to momentum of the coalesced mass. When A and B get collide with each other, they coalesced into a single mass. That is known as the coalesced mass. So let us write the formula here for according to conservation of momentum. Momentum before collision is equal to momentum after collision. What is momentum before collision? Momentum of A plus momentum of B is equal to momentum of coalesced mass. According to the principle of conservation of momentum, momentum before collision is equal to momentum after collision. That is, momentum of elastic ball A plus momentum of elastic ball B is equal to momentum of the coalesced mass. Let us write the mathematical equation for this formula. What should be momentum of elastic ball A? Mass into its velocity. What should be momentum of elastic ball B? mass into its velocity. Okay, and that is what mu minus mu, this velocity is plus u, it is from left to right. This velocity is minus u because it is in the reverse direction, and therefore if this momentum is positive, this momentum will be negative, because of which I am writing here mu minus mu is equal to, what should be mu minus mu? It should be 0. And what is meaning of this? Let it be equation number 1. What is meaning of this? Meaning of this is the coalesced mass What is meaning of this? The coalesced mass obtained after collision has 0 momentum. What does this mean? It does not mean that the coalesced mass is 0. Coalesced mass is 2m. Then why this momentum after collision is 0? This is because the coalesced mass is at rest. That is, the coalesced mass is at rest. As the coalesced mass is at rest, its velocity is 0. As velocity is 0, mass into velocity, the momentum will be 0. This is what observed by the observer O prime in the frame of reference S prime. One more observer is there, observer O in the frame of reference S. Let us see what observed by the observer O about these two elastic balls which are in the frame of reference S prime approaching towards each other. Then collision will take place between them. After that, whether the coalesced mass is observed at rest, just similar to S prime by O, or O observes something different. Let us see what are observations made by the observer O in the frame of reference S. The observer O, when observes the two balls A and B in the frame of reference S prime, it finds that mass of elastic ball A is m1 and mass of elastic ball B is m2. Mass of the two elastic balls as observed by the observer O in frame of reference S are mass of elastic ball A is m1, mass of elastic ball B is m2. Velocity of ball A observed is u1, velocity of ball B observed is u2. After collision, these two coalesced into a single mass. According to O prime, the observer in S prime, the mass is at rest. But for the observer O, the frame of reference S prime is moving with constant velocity v away from the frame of reference S, and therefore this coalesced mass is not at rest for the observer O. The observer O found that the coalesced mass m1 plus m2 as measured by observer O is moving with velocity v away from the frame of reference S. Let us apply the principle of conservation of momentum to the observations made by the observer O in frame of reference S. And what is the principle of momentum conservation? Momentum before collision is equal to momentum after collision. Let us write the same equation here for the observer O in frame S, and that is m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to m1 plus m2 into v. What is u1 according to the last article? Velocity addition. m1 into u plus v divided by 1 plus uv by c square plus m2 into minus u plus v divided by 1 minus uv divided by c square is equal to m1v plus m2. According to the velocity addition in relativity, u1 will be u plus v divided by 1 plus uv by c square, u2 will be minus u plus v divided by 1 minus uv by c square. Let us bring this to this side so that we will have here m1 is taken common from this end, the first term when brought to this side, and inside the bracket we will have u plus v divided by 1 plus uv by c square minus v plus m2 into inside the bracket minus u plus v divided by 1 minus uv divided by c square minus v is equal to 0. Let us simplify this further. m1 into in the bracket u plus v minus v minus u v square divided by c square whole divided by 1 plus uv by c square plus m2 into minus u plus v minus v plus uv by uv square by c square whole divided by 1 minus uv divided by c square is equal to 0. This v is multiplied with numerator terms and denominator terms, and the whole denominator is made same. This minus v is again multiplied by this denominator term, and denominator of these two is made same. Let us observe this. Plus v minus v get cancel, plus v minus v get cancel, And let us collect the remaining terms. U is here, U is here, this U can be taken common. U is here, U is here, this U can be taken common. And we may further write M1 into U, and what left is 1 minus V square by C square, this total divided by 1 plus UV by C square. If I take this minus outside, this will become minus, this will become plus. So let me write this as minus M2, U is taken common from here, what left 1 minus V square by C square divided by 1 minus UV by C square is equal to 0. Further, what we can do, this minus term can send to the other side, and this equation may simply be written as equation number 2, M1 into U into in the bracket 1 minus V square by C square divided by 1 plus UV by C square is equal to M2 into U into in the bracket 1 minus V square by C square divided by 1 minus UV by C square. Let us bring M2 to this side and let us send this whole term to that side. So we will have here M1 by M2 is equal to, the term present to this side is 1 minus V square by C square divided by 1 minus UV by C square into this term taken to this side. Then here we will have 1 plus UV by C square divided by U into 1 minus V square by C square. So M1 by M2 is equal to this. Let us look into the equation, and what we find, this term and this term, these two are identical, and therefore let us cancel this numerator with this denominator to get M1 divided by M2 is equal to 1 plus UV divided by C square whole divided by 1 minus UV divided by C square, equation number 3. So considering observations made by the observer O, here we found ratio of the masses of two elastic balls A and B, that is M1 by M2, and this is equal to 1 plus UV by C square divided by 1 minus UV by C square, equation number 3. This is about half of this article. About half of this article is left. We shall continue the remaining half article in the next lecture. Thank you.